The next Awaken plant we're going to talk about is that of the Awaken tree. So these guys are basically trees that have had the spell cast on them. They're much more deadly than the Awakened shrub, obviously, because the Awakened shrub is kind of lame. But a lot of times these guys also come to life due to Feywild, actually interference, or by the Shadowfell as well. Depends on which kind of theme you want to go with if you're a DM. So you can either have it become very colorful and blooming, or you could have it make it become grotesque and lifeless. Either one. The example they provide is more so of the Feywild variety. Otherwise, it could also just be a normal tree because someone could just cast the Awaken spell on it. So we're gonna go ahead and look specifically at that. So the stat block of the Awakened tree is CR2, pretty good overall. 13 AC, so I find that kind of funny that the huge plants tree, does that mean bark has an AC of 13? Or is that just because, actually, it must be because its dex is horrible. Its dex is -2. Maybe bark is actually AC 15 and -2 to dex. I don't know. They are vulnerable to fire, as most plants are. They also are resistant to bludgeoning and piercing, unlike the shrub, which only is resistant to piercing. So that's key to keep in mind. And it doesn't say magical, just any type, So that is kind of important. So a dragon's like slam attack, it's resistant to it. Kind of strange, but it works. It does have 59 hit points, I want to point out. So that's a chunky amount of health. It could probably go ahead and fight a dragon, to be honest. It does have that -2 initiative, though, and 20 movement, but that'd be kind of funny. It does have a slam attack, so actually they would be weak against fighting each other, which is kind of funny when you think about it as well, because they have resistance against themselves, which does 3d6 plus 4, though, bludgeoning, which is... that's not nothing to scoff about, especially if you're fighting multiple of these guys. They are huge, though, again, so they only take up so much space. But yeah, so you can use these in multiple different lights. I personally haven't really used too much of these, except for during one of my parties tried to go ahead and join a Druid Grove, and they had to make a choice between two different trees. One that was only told lies, and the other one's only told truth, and they kind of had to find out, that old little classic thing. Anyway, I think it's pretty fun to use. You can use them in so many different ways. And yeah, so consider that kind of crazy, kind of cool.